Oh, we're live.
Oh, hello.
Hi, I have my Mortal Kombat music on. Because this is a Mortal Kombat show.
Right. Make sure it doesn't play too long, otherwise I got sued.
Oh, that's right. Twitch hates that.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah. Hey, TJ.
Hey, man.
Are you okay?
No.
You should have went live a few minutes ago because you had one of your
Famous
famous
breakdown. Yeah, my famous breakdowns.
Yeah.
I'm not. The thing is, man, I'm just. This looks like shit. I look blurry.
You look fine.
I'm not. Like, I don't think I'm built to do this anymore.
You're really. I was gonna say this is not
I'm not
your
built
thing.
to do this anymore.
You need to go work on a farm.
Yeah.
I think no more technology for you. You look fine.
Yeah, I think
people are joining. People are watching already.
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. It's just no one understands because no one does like podcasts, but it's like
no one does podcasts. I think my mom had everybody has podcasts.
People that listen probably don't. But like it's nonstop of just nothing working.
There's nothing hard.
Drives me nuts. Let me know if you want me to record. I'm gonna record on my end too.
Oh wait, how do we? Does this actually saves it automatically if we go live?
Yeah, you can, but I mean, I could do a backup. It's like I don't mind. Just let me know when you want me to hit record.
Hit record whenever the fuck you want.
I'm gonna hit it right. Yeah,
I'm not recording mine. So
all right, here we go.
Or should I?
I mean, if you can, sure.
I will, just in case. Just in case. So people are watching. People see what we're going to talk about. Look at your ticker down below, everybody. What Mortal Kombat moves? Excuse me, hurt the most? Yeah, because that's the worst thing we said so far. Me and TJ were playing some Mortal Kombat 11 the other night.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I was whooping your butt. You're like, I'm so good with Kung Lao, and I beat you right away. And I'm not that good.
Meh.
And then you beat me a few times. Then I beat you a few times, and it was back. It was nice and even.
It was even. Can I tell you about fighting? Can I tell you with fighting games?
Sure.
It's usually, it's never even. Right. I'm usually the one who is like gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And it was nice to kind of have a match, but I used to have my friend Mike, growing up, that was so good at fighting games, and he would always want to play.
Yeah.
And then he would just destroy me.
That was me. I would beat all my friends at the arcade or Super Nintendo. They couldn't beat me. No one could beat me. I had all the records in my Street Fighter 2 records there.
Yeah.
Chun-Li's record was like 350 to 2, I think.
Yeah. And it gets to a point where it just wasn't fun. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play.
Well, you had a fun thing you said to me. You said you play like Mortal Kombat 2. Not in a bad way. Like you said, because I do special moves. I don't do many combos. I wish I could. I just forget them. But I do a lot of special moves, and I try to win that way. And you're trying to do your cancels and your cancel culture moves and everything.
My cancel culture moves.
But you know some moves.
I'm like, what did you say? You're canceled.
Yeah.
So I think to give someone a context of it, so we were playing. Oh yeah, so go on. So we're playing it.
And I was just like, "Ooh, that probably hurts. Ooh, that probably hurts a lot." I just kept saying, "They're like, ooh, that's painful. Ooh, that's brutal." And they were like, "Hey, we should do a show, which we should rank all the moves in Mortal Kombat, all 70 billion of them, in terms of a scale of 1 to 10." And so the ouchie factor, we're calling it. 1 is like not very painful. 10 is ultimate pain.
Can I tell you what I did was like I was like doing it, and I forgot it was the ouchie factor, and I thought it was just like ranking the moves from 1 to 10. Like that one kind of sucks. Dude, I did all of them in that view where I'm like, that one kind of sucks. That one kind of sucks. And then later I go, wait a minute, wasn't it? Wait, it was supposed to like what's more painful? And I was like, and then I was going to text you to be like, hey, it's that right, and not the coolness. And I was like, I can't, he'll kill me. So then I was like, I think it was like what hurts. And then I go all the way back through and do them like all over again with like, with all that in mind. Also, I just want to make everyone know, everything, make it clear. Me and Brian are not doctors.
We're not. Why?
Just so people don't think we're doctors.
Oh, so like we're grading people's pain.
Yeah.
There would be. Hey, we should have a doctor on to see. They should be like, no, this one actually technically, this it doesn't hurt if you get your neck sliced that much.
exists.
To be honest,
if you go on YouTube, they have doctors that watch the fatalities.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's great.
Has this been done with what we're doing? I didn't look it up, but we probably should have ahead of time.
I mean, I don't know if it has, but to be very blunt with you,
everything's been done.
It doesn't matter. Like, who cares? It's like me and you will add our little, we'll add our fun twist to it.
Hey, Steve's there. Hey, Steve, how you doing, man? Now, is he? Are you
talking the chat?
Oh, you can't.
Hold on.
The comments.
Yes, there we go.
Is he talking to us on Twitch or StreamYard or what? Because I'm curious. Do all the comments just go right in this comment thing? But that's amazing.
If it's Facebook, I think you can't.
Oh, it says right there, Twitter. Amazing. I love this.
Yeah, and if it's Facebook, you can't. I'm
not even on. Oh, wait, I should probably share that on Facebook. Did you share it on Facebook?
I can't because it's your StreamYard.
No, just share the Twitch chat.
Oh yeah.
Let's do that. Just okay. Let's So we have a spreadsheet. I made a spreadsheet, literally.
You really nerded out.
Yeah, I was having fun doing it. I got really excited.
Where's the other link?
Yeah, twitch.tv/laughatbrian. So we're gonna dive in and rank. We're gonna do just Mortal Kombat 1 today, I think, right? And we're gonna do a whole series of these.
Let's do one. Also, do you want me to share the StreamYard link or the your Twitch?
No, not the streamer, because then they'll think they're guests.
That's
they're not guests.
Oh Lord! All right, so it was Twitch. Let me get in here and do this.
Maybe this is why you. This is why you should join before 10:03 for a 10 o'clock show.
True. It's too early, dude. Come on, cut me a break. This was last minute, and I have to leave immediately. Give me a break.
Steve was on Twitter. Now he's on Twitch.
11. Yeah.
Smash that like button. All right. So let's start with Johnny Cage. You want to start with Johnny Cage?
Yeah, let's go in order. And then where's this going to be? Where's it when we're done? It's going to be on.
It'll be on my Twitch, right? And then we'll post something,
and it'll be on.
An audio will be on your audio podcast.
Unlimited lives, yeah.
Unlimited lives, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I like that.
This is just a fun first time. Yeah,
just so when people listen, they know. It's like if you want to see this, go to Brian's Twitch, which is
twitch.tv/laughatbrian. And if you are watching us right now, send us a comment right there. Just tell us what you're watching, and you can join in and tell us what you think about this as well. Because I hope we disagree on some. I think I did peek at your list, and we do disagree on a couple. I can't wait.
That's great. That's great. I might even change mine on the fly. Just
can't wait to call you a fool about some of these.
Difficult.
All right, and I'm actually going to show you pictures of everything on the screen as well as we go through this. People, I did that much work for this. So
I hope this show is real.
Nice. That's from the movie Street Fighter 2.
That's
stupid. Let's start with my least favorite character, Johnny Cage. All right, do you like Johnny Cage?
Interesting. I used to love him as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know, because he's kind of a dick, right? So his first move.
That's why. Yep.
Yeah, first move is the green firebolt, which is this thing right here on screen. Look at this thing, a green firebolt, which he's hurling at Goro's head. Now, Tej, where would you rank the green firebolt?
So
scale of 1 to 10 in terms of ouchie.
Let's see what I did in terms of ouchie. Yeah. Like I said, I think in terms of ouchie, I did a 2 because it's number 1. It looks physical damage, which hurts, but it didn't do a lot of damage, and it also just looks real stupid.
It's small. It's magic, so we don't know if it actually hurts. I did a 2 as well.
Oh, it's magic. Did you look up its magic?
I mean, how is it not magic? Right? It's got to be some type of magic.
That's true.
So I did it 2 also. So we agree on that. So not much to talk about at the top of the show. Yeah, I don't think it's that. It's a medium type of fireball. It's fine. Nothing great. I think it's probably just like that. That was slightly annoying.
I love that you're like, it's fine. It's fine.
So there we go. The next one, the shadow kick. I always thought it looked really cool. I bet your cool factor rating on this is pretty high, TJ.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know. I should have kept the cool factor just so I could tell you. I did. I gave it a 7 because like I said, I was looking into cool factor,
7.
and also I looked into how effective it was as a move.
Ooh, good one. Good call.
And I gave it. So I think I give it a 7 because if you ever he flies and kicks you, and if you've ever had someone just I've been kicked. While someone is standing still and they've kicked me, and I'm like, God, Ah,
is that true?
it is. And for
Okay.
someone to be shadowing fast at me, going like 35 miles an hour,
Yeah,
pretty
that's
bad.
gonna hurt. You know what? I had it down as a 4. You might have convinced me to raise it. I'm gonna up it to a. I'm gonna a 6. I'm making it a 6. You're right. He goes very fast. Regular kicks hurt, and he is flying at you with a very stiff. It doesn't bend. That's a stiff kick.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
very
would say
stiff
I would
kick.
say it's a 6. Yeah, good call.
I'm gonna mute this. I want to like share your channel. Do you know how to do that?
My channel? What do you mean?
Like on Twitch, you can
Oh, can you do that?
you can like host it. So then unlimited
Oh,
lives.
oh yeah. Oh,
Well, look, we're doing 1080p, huh? How to change my
yeah.
camera to 720 because
I did a
I don't
beta.
like.
I did a beta test. You got to pay for $40 a month for the 1080p.
That's what I do, and I barely use this.
I paid 20. So the next one, probably everybody's favorite move in Mortal Kombat is the nut punch.
Oh,
Right? And look at this right here. It's perfect split.
okay.
Goro can't believe what's happening right here. He's like,
You think Goro
nobody's ever touched those before. Right?
you think Goro has like 4 nuts and 2? He definitely has 2 penises.
Oh my god, does he?
I think he has 2 penises.
It's a great question. I mean,
Perfect question.
yeah, perfect form, great. It was so unexpected, that move,
Yeah.
right? Because while it is a gross game, this was like a funny move.
Oh,
Just getting
super
punched
funny.
in the dick.
Also,
Um,
yeah, super funny.
yeah. So I gave it a 7 because we've all been there.
Yeah.
Steve says he definitely has 2 penises.
He
Is that
definitely does.
is more
Goro,
is Mortal Kombat like a parody porn? Is Goro in there with a bunch of dicks?
I'm positive it probably is.
Okay.
Better
So I gave it a 7. I might it should be higher maybe.
should be a 7.
What'd you say?
So I gave it a 10.
Oh, yeah.
It's 10. Number 1, I'm going to tell you this right now. I hate being punched in the nuts.
It's not good. I'm making mine a 9. So far you're doing better at this than I
Yeah,
am.
like I give it 10 numerous reasons. One, you do not like when you first saw that move, you did not see it coming. Sorry.
Right.
You definitely don't see it coming because like you're in a fight and the last thing you think in a combat fight where you're going to probably kill the guy or get killed is like getting punched in the nuts. So the shock factor is why I give it 10.
It's got shock value too.
Because there's no way you see it coming. There's no way on earth you're like, this guy's gonna do a split and punch me in the balls. And then like,
Yeah.
green ball flies at you, you're like, oh, ow, crap. Yep, there's magic, people.
Yep.
But out of everything going on, magic weapons, swords, spears, demons,
Yep.
ice ninjas, you never in a billion years were you like, this guy's gonna do a split and punch me in the nuts.
That's very true. Yeah. So this one, yeah, 10 is probably correct. Because he does it so hard, and he poses like he puts his fist right there, and like poses like take that.
It was such a man. I love
Easy to do.
Mortal Kombat. Like as we keep doing this, as I was looking at 1, I was getting all my memories as a kid from MK1 when I played in the arcade.
Yep.
And my one of my friends his dad had it for the computer.
Wow.
Then we played on the computer with like a crappy controller.
Yeah.
Dude, Mortal Kombat and then MK2, the memories of the arcade. Like it's one of my favorite franchises ever. And I kill to be able to do like a character do something for NetherRealm. I'd love to. So go on. But yeah, that punch I give it 10 just because I mean you don't see it coming.
Shock value really adds a lot to that.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get into fatalities.
Ooh.
Right? We're on fatality. Should we add up their score when we're done to see who's got the most painful arsenal? Maybe we'll do that later.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
cool, bro.
All right. So
good, dude.
Johnny Cage's
good.
That's good. It's a good idea. Yeah.
That's great.
Johnny Cage's fatality. The main one, the common one, is the uppercut your fucking head off move. Look at that. I mean, just it comes right off. Look at his wind. Hold on. Look at his wind. He gets down low. Like he's past his knees. He's right and he just swings. Pow! Just like that.
Kapow. Well, it really is reminiscent of there's 2 movies that are pretty famous for having an uppercutted head off. Jason Takes Manhattan and Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes. Great
2 movies that had the
very similar.
Okay. Now Agitated Stove says, do you feel the pain though? And that's where the factor comes in for
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because because you're getting uppercutted in the chin, so you're getting hit there, which hurts
a lot.
But then for some reason,
might bite your tongue.
Yeah, your head is now. Is it shock factor that like since it's so fast and the human body is not ready for another human to punch your head off? Like, I wonder if you go in shock. I know your brain's still alive, so you're going to soar through the air
for a little bit. Yep.
For a little bit, fall, and then just in your head be like, that guy that punched me in the nuts just uppercutted my head off. Like, you're all over the place.
You got like 3 seconds before you're dead, and that's going through your mind. First the dick, and then I gave it a 9 just because I do think there's a lot that it's the chin, it's the tearing of the neck probably hurts, and you feel that
the spine broken, the spine
everything
from the head.
Yeah, so it's quick too. It's boom. It's unexpected, and I think that really again look at this windup right down here, and then I go bah, just like that.
Down here, do it again.
You know,
and then if you do it fast enough, it might be like animated. It's a GIF. It's a GIF.
Yeah. So I wish can I put GIFs in here? I gotta find out.
How fast this happened? Agitated stuff says. I mean. Hopefully you've played Mortal. I mean, it's pretty quick. I mean, in reality, there's no way. It would take him like 40 tries before the head kind of flopped backwards off it. You know what I mean? Like
that's like the funny MK11 fatality.
Yeah,
where he keeps doing it because the guy's not a good enough actor to get his head.
MK3 is when it started. Did MK2 have babalities, or you don't remember?
Babalities might have been in 3.
They might have started in 3. 3 was as I was looking through. I started doing Ultimate MK3 for us, and I was noticing like it's a lot of goofy shit.
So many. They really went all nuts on that.
3 there's a lot of goofy stuff.
So I give it a 9. What do you give the uppercut?
I give it a 9. I think there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Now there's so much going on with the uppercut. There's just too much going on. Now, is it the most brutal to look at? No, but I think it's shocking, and it was one of my favorite fatalities.
It's good. It makes sense. Just a quick pop of the head.
Now, me and Brian came to a crossroad where we should do because in reality, with Mortal Kombat, there were so many ports to it that sometimes they had to change everything. Now, the 2 main ones was Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. And Sega had, when the blood code was on, you had the regular fatalities. Right. With the blood code off, it was a whole different set of fatalities. Correct. So, I thought it'd be fun if we go through because some of them are so dumb.
Yeah. I only have a few screenshots for this. So the Super Nintendo, which I did all the time because I had Super Nintendo,
and
was Johnny Cage just kicks his foot into your belly.
Yep.
Right into your tum-tum.
Yep.
No blood, and just kind of keeps it there for a little bit, and then the guy falls down.
Yeah.
I gave this a 7 just because even though there's no blood, it feels like it would hurt so bad. Without it just kicks it right in like a clean kick, and he's just like wiggling his toes inside your stomach.
I think, ew. Well,
why wouldn't he? He's a dick.
I gave it a 2 because I feel like in the whole game you've been stabbed by spears and everything. Like, so having a guy kick his foot in, whether it goes clean or not, is like, oh yeah, okay. Also give it a 2. There's no blood, so that implies that it is.
It's creepy. It's almost creepy that there's no blood, though. It makes it even
very creepy.
Makes it weirder for me.
Also, like, I feel like Scorpion in his head goes, did this guy who just punched me in the nuts put his foot through my chest?
Is he wiggling his toesies inside of me?
Now, here's the thing that I would give it credit for. If you look, his kick is about in the intestines, and if as well, you should know, getting shot or stabbed in the intestines is very difficult to heal from. Nor it's like one of the worst places. So, you know what? I'll give it a 5 now.
Okay.
With that in mind, I'll give it a 5, knowing that that's the worst place to get stabbed.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then I don't think you have a screenshot for his no blood fatality. But
I mean, is there even one? It's the dumbest move.
You could find it on YouTube, but it doesn't matter. I'll just tell you about it.
Yeah.
Basically does a shadow kick and kicks you off screen.
That's it.
And then your legs are laying like this, like half off the screen. But it's like,
he just kind of just like knocks you down and trips you.
So dumb. He just does a shadow kick and the guy like flies off screen. And it's like, oh. And then they have the balls to go, fatality. It's like, no.
Even though I upped my regular shadow kick. I'm keeping this one as a 2 because you gotta think about the fatality factor as well in this. That it's not a good fatality.
No,
You know what I mean?
it's terrible, which is why. All right, so should we add it up? You have a calculator, or you want me to do it?
No, we'll do it after the show. We got it. We just spent 30 minutes on Johnny Cage.
Oh, we did. But it's worth it.
Lunar Tiger said, "Do you guys enjoy Mortal Kombat 4?" I don't think I played that one.
MK4, I did.
Or what was it? What was it for? What systems?
For
Dreamcast.
Was it? No.
I don't know.
I think 4 was 64. I think.
Yeah, I didn't have that one.
For Volkswagen MK4.
Yeah. All right. Well, so you know, it's hard to add these up because some people have more moves than others. I just realized.
All right, we don't have to do it.
Yeah, you know, whatever. We'll see.
We could say, all right. So let's just do this before we move on to Johnny Cage. Let's give him a number for overall lethality.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That way, and we'll do it 1 to 5, so it's not too crazy.
1 to 5. I give Johnny a 3. He's got a 35. He's got a 35 total. I can actually do it.
You know what? I'm going to give him
formula. A 4. What are you doing?
4.
A 4? Yeah, I gave him a 3.
4.
Okay. The nut punch really helps.
The nut punch is
without that, he's probably a 2.
Yeah. If he didn't have the nut punch, I'd be like, yes, what is this?
All right. Let's go to Kano.
Kano. How you doing, old Kano? How you do, piss blood monkey farts? That's my impression of Kano from the MK11.
Oh, what's up, sugar? What's up, sugar tits? Look at my balls, sugar tits. Blood. I can't.
Hey, you mind if I go bang your fridge real quick? Oh, have you forgotten I'm a criminal? I'm just real, nasty.
Hey, I work for myself, all right? All I needed a keg of beer and a knife.
Oh, help my superpowers. There's something with my penis. Hey, let me, if I get like flaming farts or something like that. I bet that was like a line from the movie.
Hey. All right, yeah, he was great in the movie.
That was your impression. Oh,
he was so ridiculous. All right, so his first, I did not like using Kano in the arcade. I thought he was very stiff.
I did not. To OCD back, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, Game Boy.
It was Dreamcast, Game Boy. Jesus Christ. Jesus. We've played the Mortal Kombat Game Boys. They're
real bad. And I think it was in the arcade too.
Yeah,
it wasn't good, dude. I played it. It's an issue no good. All right.
So there you go, Lunar Tiger. We don't like it. Next one, Kano, his cannonball move.
Yeah,
which was a cool move. And didn't you do this by literally like circulating?
So I'm
circulating the joystick, right? And just let it go.
I am never a huge fan of any kind. Zangief was one where you had I'm never a fan of that because in the arcade you could kind of pull it off pretty quick.
Right, at home it's hard. Yeah,
but on the controller with now we have the analog, so it's pretty easy with the analog thumbsticks.
Right.
But remember, we were playing this on a D-pad, so you're like, ow, like grinding your hand.
I played this on a rusty 2x4 with nails sticking out of it.
Also, like I said, like just so everyone heads up for listening, because like you said, we were like 20 minutes on Johnny Cage. These we might just do 3 characters and do parts.
Hey, maybe we'll split it up.
I don't want to rush through it. I'm having a very good time.
I'm glad.
I'd rather these be 30 episodes, and I'll be like, all right, I can do this.
The Johnny Cage episode.
If I could do this and just not record Unlimited Lives and just have to edit this and pop it up, oh boy, will I be a happy camper.
Let's do it. All right.
Cannonball, what do you say?
Kano's Cannonball with a C. Should have been a K. I give it a 4 just because I think that's a very unexpected move to happen as well. That this guy just turns into a ball and flings himself at you. When you have the force coming at you, not a Star Wars reference, just like the impact, that I think ups it a bit, but it's not like gonna hurt you too bad. It's gonna like maybe knock you down. So I give it a 4.
You know what? I'm changing mine to a 2. Stupid. You do that in the pool. You don't do it in a fight. Stupid.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my take on it. This is like if he had a move called Marco Polo and he just like had you close your eyes and then he slapped you in the face.
Oh, cannonball, sugar plum.
Oh, hey, so let him know here or pissed in the freaking pool. Oh, so nice to piss in the pool. Lifeguard on duty to be a fart poop.
I like to get your deep end, if you know what I mean, eh?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Tell the kids to leave the pool area. I don't want the youngins to have all nastiness and think that it's okay to be a chauvinist, ravenous pig. But once they leave, let me tell you something. Grab your own breasts.
I call them flotation devices. Everybody seems to like it.
I'll be honest, I grew up as a baby Kano. Wish my father didn't bring me to bars where there are people talking about nasty women and nasty things, I'll be honest with you. So why don't you take this little scamps out of the pool area so I can make some gross notions to Sonya Blade's breasts real quick? Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, I gotta get Kano on playable characters one day. One day soon.
I wonder who it'll be. I'll be honest with you. It'll be a short one.
That's
my voice so bad.
Yeah, totally. All right, his next move, he has the knife throw. This weird looking knife throw, but then look how it goes like right in the face. It does cause blood splatter, which is always good. Anytime you throw a knife, it's gonna hurt. This is like always looked like an axe to me because it kind of like flung in the air like Ghosts and Goblins style. You know
yeah,
what I
like
mean?
threw it so it arced in a spinning motion. There was a blue energy behind it.
Yeah, you didn't know where it was going to hit you, when and what, you know. I give it a 6. I thought this was probably, he throws it right in your face every freaking time, you know, so I think it's probably going to hurt a bit.
I give it a 7 just because it's a knife being thrown.
Yeah.
The blood we see, so it does a good impact, and also there's magic energy behind it because it's like glowing blue. Right. It is like a tiny lightsaber. Thank you, educated stuff.
Tiny lightsaber. I like to hold me closer, tiny lightsaber.
That's what I feel. Yeah, and also just oh my god, that Kano's already destroyed my voice.
I just want to keep showing this.
Just to know, like my voice. Yeah, it's great. He only had 2 moves.
Yeah, a lot of guys only had 2 back then.
Yeah,
but it was only 2. He didn't. Yeah, I mean, you can count like a back punch or something, but that's.
I'll tell you what. When we get to MK, I didn't do the moves for MK3, but there's like they got lazy on so many characters that, like, you know.
But then at 11, each person has 35 moves. It's a bit much. So all right, we got the cannonball, got the knife throw, and probably one of the coolest like post-celebration fatalities, I think, is the heart rip out. Right?
Yeah, I think what I could tell you is I think this was the fatality that was the one that was always talked about.
Yeah, well, this and I think
meaning like you'd be like, oh my god, did you play that arcade game where it's like
yeah,
this dude rips this guy's heart out, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then you see it. If you see it in the arcade, you're like, why is that guy with a bathrobe ripping out someone's heart?
Yeah.
Also, is that I think that's the arcade version you have up right now because the heart is my god, when we get into fatalities with him. Though you could tell because in the arcade it was a round, small heart, and it, you know, and it would pump, and you'd hear it.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I give it an 8. This one because I'm just using Indiana Jones logic. You can kind of survive a little bit. It's gonna hurt. I don't think it will kill you instantly, you know, but it will hurt. You're gonna die very soon after. But I think going in, it hurts. He pulls it out like, dude, come on, stop. And then you die, but I think it's still very painful. So I give it an 8.
Yeah, I think it's
what do you think?
6.
6? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the heart's still beating. I don't know. Like as I'm talking to you about it, I feel like you know, I feel like
does it depend on
changing it as I'm talking about it?
Yeah, it's fine. Does it depend on how sharp Kano's fingernails are? If they're blunt, then it's going to hurt even more, probably.
Well, it's also like you said, Indiana Jones, like, did he Kali Ma, where he just like, you know, he's a punch through. So I think in reality, I guess, well, sort of, it's like he punches a hole in the rib cage. I don't know. Maybe it's a little higher because it's, you know what, I'm going to give it an 8. And you know why?
A lot going on here.
Because it's so as I'm explaining it, he has to punch through your rib cage and sternum is rib cage, I think. Punch through. Then grab it, which again, like you feeling someone grab your heart as a human, you're like, this is not supposed to happen at all.
Yeah.
And then who knows what it feels like when it's ripped out, you know, there's nerves, so it probably hurts.
Right. Yeah.
And then before you fall, you're seeing him hold it. So then there's also shock value of like, oh my God, that's my that's my heart. And
Is
also,
that,
it's like
is that my heart?
is that excuse me? Can I ask you a quick question? Just because like a guy did a split and punched me in the nuts, and I can't get over that. Is that my heart?
Yeah. So definitely painful. I mean,
Yeah, I think yeah, I
brutal,
definitely think
bloody. It's a real vicious thing to do to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, chopping head off is gross, but shooting someone's but this is just like I'm taking your
Well,
fucking
this
off.
is that famous thing, like ripping your heart out and showing it to you before you die.
Yeah,
Well, Kano kind of,
he did it.
yeah,
Yeah.
he kind of did it. You know what I mean?
You want to do the Super Nintendo ones?
So I mean, we have to because it's so ridiculous. So
Yeah.
supposedly for Super Nintendo, I think he goes. I could be wrong. This could be the Genesis one, but I'm pretty sure he goes in. And anyone in the chat call me stupid. I think in the Super Nintendo one, I think he goes in the chest and rips out nothing.
Yep. He just like kind of punches you in the
Punches
chest.
and then pulls his hand up like that, and it's like, all right,
like he's like, oh, it's kind of gross.
yeah, I suppose that hole in your chest. You know, don't want to do that hole in your chest.
Yeah.
Or fill it with Vegemite, eat your body out.
Yeah, it's just like a gentle like
He just punches.
Yeah, so that gets a what I give this one? I gave that one a 5. It's still going inside of you.
Oh, I give it a 3. I think it's stupid.
3, yeah. It's stupid, but it's still gonna hurt. It's still gonna give you some ouchies.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's gonna hurt, but I think people in real life have gotten hurt way more.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And then the Genesis no blood. Supposedly, he pulls a black dinner plate out of your chest.
Yeah, what is
that? Pulls like it looks like a black liver. I think for Super Nintendo, he pulled out. There was no blood, so I think it's Super Nintendo. It looked like he pulled out a black lung or liver.
You just pulled out like sand. It was like that weird
Maybe
sand.
It was nothing. I mean, it's just. I mean, I watched a video that did Super Nintendo and then Genesis and no blood. So like it said that there was nothing when he pulled it out. But
yeah,
for Genesis, it was like a black
silver
dinner plate or something. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, I found me cutlery.
Yeah, I'll go to that chef's knife inside you.
So yeah, I gave that one. I gave the Genesis one a little bit more. I gave that one a 6.
So let's see. Overall lethality. I'm gonna tell you. I think Kano's got like a 3.
He's at a 29 total, but I give him he's I'm gonna give him a 2, just because
you know what? I agree with you.
His moves, he only has 2 moves. They're not
stupid. A dumb cannonball that's impossible to do, and he throws a knife. The best thing he does is rip your heart out.
Right.
They didn't even use his eye laser in Mortal Kombat.
Right? Why give him that cool
They gave him a robotic eye, and they're like, he's got a robotic eye. That he
was he in and he wasn't in 2, right? Or was he? No, he wasn't.
I don't think so.
They skipped him.
I'm about to Google it when I'm like, we can just look on the list.
Yeah, they brought him back for 3, and then they used his eye laser finally.
Yeah,
like they forgot he had a cool fucking Terminator head.
Yeah,
you know. All right. Well, there's a.
Yeah, he's not in 3.
There's Kano. Next one. Should we do Raiden? One of my favorites. Raiden is.
I think what a good idea to do is I think we should do Raiden, and then wrap it up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So this episode would be a nice, 3 people.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. All right. So, well, there's 7. Should we do 3 or 4 for the first one? What do you think?
Let's see. There's how many characters do we have? 3.
There's only 7. There's 7 in this.
Only 7, huh? You know what? Let's treat everyone to 4.
Let's do 4.
Yeah. We can end on 2 great ones and 1 piece of garbage.
There we go. Raiden was my go-to in MK. Let's start with this first move, the teleport.
I think at first with Raiden, number 1, there's no lethality for the teleport.
Right. Great move though.
I gave it a 9, which is stupid.
That's so stupid.
I gave it a 9 because as a player, it was such a great move.
Yeah.
It'd be like, like you could really be annoying.
Yeah, we're doing ouchie factor though.
Ouchie factor.
It's a 1.
Yeah, the only time it's gonna hurt is if he teleports inside you. But then that'll be a real Brundlefly situation.
I don't know what that means.
Oh Jesus! You don't watch horror. I just watched The Fly again.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
The great gross movie.
Yeah.
You hate horror and you get scared.
I do. Yeah, but the teleport's a great move. It's got a 1 though in an ouchie factor, even though it's great.
I give it a 0. There's nothing there.
Yeah, but you can. I think the opponent's scared and they're shocked. So maybe a little bit of. Maybe that's the only thing I would give it like a 1. Yeah, just like
where'd he go? Oh, I bet the first time that person saw that teleport in Mortal Kombat universe, they're like, "Oh, he's gone," and then there's just he's they're like, "Oh!" It's just
tap.
Oh, excuse me. And
then, my favorite move, I think, still to this day, any variation of this is my favorite move in Mortal Kombat. The torpedo, IDAA. IDAA.
Penis push, dude. That move was so stupid, but so cool.
Right. If they didn't make him scream, it wouldn't be that iconic.
No.
But they made him scream this gibberish.
So iconic where he's like,
yeah, and he still does it. It's awesome. And then there's someone that made him even tougher. He's like in like later version of MK, and it sounds even meaner. But this one is the best, where he just screams like a maniac.
Oh yeah.
I gave this one I had a 6. I think I might make it a 7, just because I'd been thrown across in 2nd grade. Jason Powers, this piece of shit kid, threw me 10 feet into the gym wall. So it hurts. I can imagine being flown into a wall by a god of thunder or lightning.
Yeah, I give it a 9.
Oh yeah, this one hurts. You could break your back, break your spine, your neck. I couldn't go that high for a regular move because we got fatalities, obviously, But
yeah.
Anyway,
well, I'm trying to think what Raiden's gibberish means. It's someone made an 8-minute video on what Raiden's gibberish really means. I mean, what are you like? I know me and you were trying to bleed content right now. Like we're trying to use this woman for all we got. But to do an 8-minute video, it's like what?
Yeah.
So anyway, there's on Google real quick. It says torpedo move. Fans originally believed that he was yelling in Japanese, while others believed it to be mangled English phrases such as "Your mama's from L.A."
Come on,
back in the car.
Get back in the car.
Yeah, I don't
get back in the car. And that would make sense because he's hurry up, quick, get back in the car.
Oh, actually, you want me to play it since we're kind of like?
No, we got to wrap it up.
Torpedo. Why should I have that up there?
So you give it a 9, huh?
I think what happens is like in your head, I think you're like, all right, this one guy did a split and punched me in the nuts, and now this dude's flying at me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
people always thought it was like a code, like IDAA. IDAA.
Yeah, let's see. After this ad, we can hear the original.
All right, what number did you give this? As far as you give it a 9?
Yeah, I think I gave it a 9, but again, like I might have had in my head like
the coolness
factor.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Of let's see.
Steve says Raiden's a master of unorthodox fighting.
Hear it?
Oh, that one too. There's that one also. Strontium Doug says he was screaming Yanny and Laurel. Oh, that's like the dress blue and gold or whatever, right? Yanny, Laurel.
Strontium Doug is so funny. My favorite. Yeah, so I give it a 9.
Okay. I think it's a bit high for a regular move if you're not dying. But
crap. You know what? Now you got me thinking. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
I think the factor that you see a man flying at you and then you get pushed in the chest, the wind's knocked out of you.
You go flying. You can go flying 30 feet. That's scary in itself.
Yeah, you're flying at 30 feet. Also, like, have you ever got the wind knocked out of you? Because that hurts.
Yeah.
So now imagine getting the wind knocked out of you, knowing that I can die,
and then
any minute now.
And plus, look at this creepy, like in the background with that mask on. Look at that guy right in the middle. Look at him staring.
Pyramid head mask.
Yeah, that's scary.
All right. Strontium Doug goes, it sounds like he's shouting, I need double A's. I love that everyone has their own thing.
Yeah.
So good.
I need double A's.
I need double A's.
Maybe he just had rabies and did whatever. That could be true.
Next move.
Next one is the electric bolt. Look at this. Pow.
Yeah.
He just shoots it out of his hands like a Hadouken style. And I mean, I used to love this. It was a slow move though. Wasn't for electricity, it was kind of slow. But it's still a good move, good projectile. I give it a 6 just because we've all been electrocuted, minimally, right? You did something stupid and it hurts, like it stings. Imagine a bolt from a god of lightning. That's gonna hurt a lot, I think. So I give it a 6.
I gave it an 8 because I think, like, he's the god of lightning, which means like his lightning is going to be more powerful than what comes from the earth.
True.
And then again, I think it's the shock factor of like, oh, I saw someone's heart get ripped out, and that dude did a split and punch someone in the nuts. This guy has lightning out of his hands. Why is he flying towards me? And then like,
how did I get here?
What am I doing here? So I kind of give it like an 8. I think it's, there's no blood. It doesn't hurt, but I think it's such a.
Well, it hurts. It doesn't draw blood, but it stings. It hurts. It shocks you.
But then again, like you're saying, like usually people don't get killed by the
regular
moves. They get killed by the amps. So now you have to, like, when you're I learned this as a cable guy. When you get the wattage doesn't kill you. The amps kill you. So if something is like 1,000 watts, it's going to hurt. But if something's like 40 amps, that's going to kill you. So now we need to figure out, which we can't, is how much ampage is he putting out?
Can somebody ask Ed Boon how many amps?
Can someone ask Ed Boon? What a great question. I wish we could interview him at like Comic-Con.
I know.
What a great question.
Look, it's got to be a lot because I took into factor what I would rate his fatality, which is a great one, which actually I gave this one. I gave it an 8.
Yeah, I did the same. Oh wow, we agreed.
Yeah,
I feel like I did it because it has to hurt because your head explodes. So you're definitely going to feel that for even a split second.
Right.
There is no shock factor because when you get electrocuted, you're kind of like frozen in place. So like you see the lightning hit, your head's going to freeze in place, and then you're going to feel everything burn and explode.
That's what I felt because like you're kind of stunned through part of this, so maybe it doesn't hurt as much as it actually does because you're just stunned. Your nervous system is gone.
It was a great fatality, and if you look on Brian's Twitch, which I'm going to see if I can put on ours too, but I'll put this on our YouTube. But if you look at the freeze frame, you picked a great freeze frame because it's like it also is like very he's like a dancer. How he, like here, click the video down so I could do it like a dancer. I always found this very interesting how the actor did it, but it's like a he's like a I don't know how to do it. It's like it's this weird like that.
Yeah.
He like throws his hand. It's very beautiful. It sounds crazy, but it's a very beautiful move how the actor did it, and then like it shocked because he could have done this like he could have did that. He could have
like Frankenstein, like they're shooting it like the Emperor.
Exactly. Yeah.
He Star Wars.
But it's this thing of like how his head's back and it's like very vicious.
Yeah.
It's just there's certain times that they really did really beautiful stuff. I'm like, it's really cool.
And it fits him perfectly. It's a great fatality for a god of lightning.
Yeah. And it's the best. And so now if you want
this is how Steve makes dinner, he said. Here's my spaghetti.
I need to make a macaroni. So Super Nintendo kind of got away with, since they didn't have blood, they loved skeletons.
Yeah.
Or simple things that could kill you.
I thought that was like okay. Skeletons were okay.
Yeah, so Raiden's SNES fatality was okay. Like it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. And he did the electrocution, and you would shock as a skeleton, and then ash burn from the feet. I think the feet or the head up, and then I think you burn from the feet up.
Yeah.
And then you're a pile of ash.
No, your skeleton would just be kneeling there. Remember? Oh no, wait,
he would burn you. You would burn completely.
Yeah.
And there was a pile of ash. So to its defense, I was fine with it for SNES. I was like, well, all right, that's pretty good. Like it's not the best.
Right.
The head explode is way better. But if I had to, like
I give it a 7.
I gave it a 5. I feel like you're shot. I feel like you burn your skeleton so quick. I feel it's like and then you're like you're done.
There's so much juice, but so in the arcade, just your head explodes. On this one, your entire body just vaporizes.
Yeah. But of course, when your head explodes, you're dead immediately. So like, I don't know. It's almost a weird thing. Like it probably should be a little higher than 5. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll give it an 8 because I feel like to burn electric burns probably hurt really bad, and it probably took that's a lot of ampage.
Yeah.
To burn alive.
Yep.
Finally, his Genesis No Blood was he literally did his lightning strike move, and then you just fell.
Yeah, it was terrible. It's so weird how they made separate really bad fatalities for Genesis. Like, just why? Just take the same.
I mean, it's a weird. Like, it makes me think that there was a Genesis team for Mortal Kombat and a Super.
I think there was because they don't.
It has to be, but also because here's the thing that I don't understand. You have no blood code. You have the blood code, right? So if you don't put the code in, you get these terrible fatalities. But if it was the same team working, why wouldn't you make the Super Nintendo fatalities the no blood fatalities? Then you blood. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like
they were different.
It's almost like they made the game knowing the blood code will come out, and the blood code was like they put it in, and they were like, I don't know, man, like and they knew it'd be a bad idea, or they're like, everyone's gonna do this, so who cares? Who cares? Well, what's the fatality with no blood? It doesn't matter. No one's gonna play with no blood. Doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, like,
yeah. Well, back then, they didn't play nicely. They definitely had separate teams doing this for separate systems.
They had to have, because like I said, you would just use the Super Nintendo fatalities as your no blood ones. But that's the same. So it makes me think there was a Genesis team working for Sega, Nintendo team working for Nintendo, and they're like not talking at all, and they're making and they always fight.
Yeah.
But his was dumb. He just did a shock, and it's like, oh, and then it was like the worst.
Yeah. He has so far a total score of 33. Johnny has a 35, still the highest. Kano had a 29. I'm just adding them up total. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, let me think. I'm trying to think. I think I give Raiden a 5.
1 out of 5. Do you give him a 5 for the lethality?
Yeah, I give him a 5. I think he's way more dangerous than Johnny Cage. Electrocuting sucks.
He gets a.
Kano should be higher. It's just like he's corny moves. So it's like,
right. Let's do one more in this episode.
Let's end on one of the worst ones.
Who's that? Liu Kang? Which one? Liu Kang's popular, but he's not great. So
Liu Kang. Well, here's the rub with Liu Kang. He's got a great arsenal all through the series, and even in MK11, he's great arsenal.
Yeah,
but we'll get to it.
He didn't start that way.
He started off terrible.
Started off with this little fireball. Fireballs are great.
And also he was very Bruce Lee as well, black pants, no shirt.
Right.
The fireball, looks like a loogie.
I give it a 6 though. I think it's gonna hurt a lot if you get blasted.
I think I didn't change mine for lethal. I think I give mine I give it an 8 because it burns you and it hits you.
Yeah.
I gave it a 10, but that's because I think I was still in the way of like.
Yeah, 10 it's gotta kill you if it's a 10.
I think I was still doing the thing that
this
is a cool move. Like, this is a good move in the game. Like, zoning and.
Yeah, I did like he puts his leg up, he shoots it as both hands. It's a good move. It hurts.
You said when you look at how I feel like the cinematography, even when they did these moves, felt very like everything was very interesting. Because again, he could have just put his hand out, or he could have threw it. But it's like when you look at how all the angles and how it does it, it's very. I feel like an artist drew what the move should look like, and then they did it, and they're like, "Yeah, that's good."
I think they just had them act it out, and just kind of like what we do for auditions. They just kept doing a couple different takes.
Well, maybe
if you follow at NBA Jam the book on Twitter, the guy wrote a great book. But he also, I think it's him. Always retweets a lot of old Midway stuff, a lot of old commercials. A lot of NK stuff, like as far as behind the scenes footage.
Well, I was going to say that behind the scenes footage stuff is so cool to watch.
It's especially for this stuff. It's great. But good question by Doug. If you went up against Raiden in a full rubber gimp suit, would it offer protection?
I don't know. Let me go put mine on, and I'll put my fork in the socket.
A little bit. I think it would a little bit. So this fireball gets. I say 6. You say 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it to an 8. I feel like it's.
Wow, okay.
I feel like fire hurts. It hits you and it burns you.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a lot. Like usually people just burn, but it's like to be hit with fire where you're like, ow, ow. It's like double whammy.
Yes. Yeah. Next one is the flying kick.
One of the most classic moves in Mortal Kombat and one of the most annoying and the best.
Yeah.
Because if you played someone who was terrible, they would just flying kick back and forth.
Is that just forward, high kick, I think?
I think it was back forward kick.
Back forward kick.
Oh, maybe it is forward. No, you might be right.
I think it's so easy, forward. I give it a 4. It's not going to kill you. It's going to hurt because he's flying at you with a pointed shoe right in your chest. So I think
I gave it a 5 because
Okay,
I feel like this kick hurts more than Johnny's kick hurts, but I feel like this one hurts because you're airborne with all that weight behind you.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, think about it. Like if a car hit you on the ground, it would hurt. But if a plane hit you, it's like all that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got punched by a plane, you'd be like, this really hurts. But it's like
I think there's other factors to do with that, but yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good.
That's a good. Okay, and you want to do the best fatality there is? The joke. It's really a joke of a fatality.
So I want to talk to Ed Boon so bad. I got to do more research because now I'm obsessed with this right now.
Yeah.
What were they thinking when they made this fatality?
I don't know. They just like run out of ideas.
So in a nutshell, what happens is you hold block, you do a 360 circle, and you let go of block. And what Liu Kang does is he does a cartwheel kick towards you, and then he uppercuts you. And then you go flying up, above, out of the screen above.
Yep.
And then you land.
That's it.
Now, did they do it because Liu Kang is like, he's merciless, so he doesn't want to kill someone?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Was it, but I don't understand.
He certainly changed his tune the next one.
It's just like, in MK2, it's amazing.
Yeah. Probably the best one, yeah.
I don't understand why they number one, it's not a fatality because there's no way. They should go Liu Kang wins, concussion. That's what it should say. Because you're falling and you're probably hitting, like, just get a concussion. You're not gonna be dead.
Yeah.
But now you look at it this way, Liu Kang is only good in the pit.
Yep.
Because in the pit, you do the move,
double fatality almost.
Technically double fatality because he uppercuts you in the pit. So then it makes me think that, like, did they do this whole programming thing? Did they make the pit? And then were they like, all right, cool. Every stage, you uppercut and then they fly into something. And it's like, they already did Liu Kang. They did it all. And they're like, oh no, even though, like, they could have had Liu Kang shoot a fireball through a hole through him.
That's it. Simple as that.
He could jump kick their torso, like
kick your head off. Do a roundhouse kick your head off.
Everything in MK2 had to do with, like, kind of burning or heads.
That's true.
was MK1. MK2 had a ton. MK2 was all about exploding and like torso rips.
Yep.
And then MK3 was just
free for all.
Ridiculous. MK3 was out of. When we get to it, bro, it is out of control. The amount of shit that you're like, they just went. They were like, you guys want to dick around? They're like, yeah, stick around. And then MK2, they're like, we gotta prove ourselves. And then they were like, hey, we proved ourselves. Let's just have some fun. They're like, yeah, man, this is great. Let's have Jax turn giant and stomp on someone. Someone's like, yeah, it's fatality.
Everybody gets a plate of cocaine. Just go nuts, guys.
Yeah. So basically, I
always felt like once you did Liu Kang's fatality, like I was always like, wait, was that it?
Yep.
Was that it? There's no blood. There's no death. Was that it?
Every time you're just like,
did I mess up? What?
Oh, is that? Are we done? Are we done? Oh, okay. Oh, we're done.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty bad. It's unfortunately very, very bad.
It's
even if he was like great, you wouldn't want to use him because he had no fatality.
The worst.
You want you want to do the fatality in the arcade.
No, you had to wait till it was the pit. You would choose Liu Kang and be like, oh, please, it's the pit. And then it wasn't. You're like, oh, it's a fatality. You're in the arcade. You're like, the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then basically, I mean, this was a breeze for Genesis and Super Nintendo because they were just like, oh, plug it right in, and it's just he does the same thing. I don't remember in Super Nintendo what happened in the pit.
So you would just fall and miss all the spikes.
Oh, you just land in between them?
Basically. You wouldn't see it. You just, from your view, look like you didn't even hit them. It was ridiculous. Like, wow, I got lucky. My head smashed on the ground, but good thing I didn't hit no spikes.
So excellent. So great.
Yeah.
So great. What a way to end this episode on such a bad note.
Yeah. So, and Liu Kang, by his total lethality, a 15. Again, Johnny Cage 35, Kano 29, Raiden 33, Liu Kang 15.
I give Liu Kang, overall, I give Liu Kang a 2. I think if it wasn't for the fireball, he'd be at a 0.
I'm giving him a 1. No, let's give him. I'll give him a 2 because he is a martial artist master.
I mean, he is, but it's like there's no lethality. Like you knew. Here's the thing: when you fought Liu Kang, you were like, "Oh, I'm not gonna die."
Yeah, at least
you fought him, you're like, "Oh, I'm not
I'll
gonna
be
die."
badly bruised and singed, but
Yeah.
I won't be dead.
And the cool thing is, the next episode we got Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya, and then the stage fatality.
Yeah. Well,
So-
we just kind of did the stage fatality.
We did, but we could really get into it.
Okay.
We could really get into it.
Oy.
Was pretty good. Very cool. You can follow me at TJ Del Reno, and you can follow Unlimited Lives at Unlimited SXM, Brian.
At Laugh at Brian and at Playable Podcast on Twitter and Instagram.
Very fun.
Yeah.
What a great show, man. You just so good. It was a
flawless victory.
Yeah, it was real great.
Are we just pretend? Do you still want to keep doing the other 3, or do you really have to go? Okay. Just making sure. And that's it, folks. Folks, stick around. We're gonna start another episode later. Actually, right now.
Yeah, and wait. Cool. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week, and we're gonna finish it.
Hey, love, why don't you come over here and finish me, eh?
Finish me. I got some pudding for you right here in my pants. Pudding, but it's really pudding in my pants. I actually smell pudding in my pants. Actually, to be honest with you, yeah.
All my pockets have grenades and knives in them.
All right, cool. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Yeah, let's finish it up.
Yeah, people, if you're watching,
I appreciate it, Brian. I think when I noticed we did 20 on Johnny. Oh, let me stop my Roadcaster. Hold on.
And ruin everything.
Yeah. And then.
Oh, should I start my garage band?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Stop your garage band.
And I'll start it again.
It doesn't matter. That's for if you want your audio, because like everything's on here should be fine. But I like that you have it just in case.
Just in case.
But all right, talk again.
Okay. Sure, I'll keep talking. Hello, everybody.
All right, great. Love that sound.
Flawless victory.
All right.
Yeah, I said
it. All right, cool. Dude.
All your funny sound effects.
3. Thanks for sticking around. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Mortal Kombat Talk, sponsored by Unlimited Lives of me and Brian McGuinness from Playable Characters Podcast. Brian, how are you?
Good. Oh, is this your show now?
No, it's our show.
It's
our show. But it'll be on the thing.
Yeah.
I love that we're doing this. It makes me so happy.
It was a fun idea. It was just we were just like
great idea.
We were just playing MK11. Like
I almost want to turn Unlimited Lives just into a Mortal Kombat.
There's plenty of material.
Deep dive.
Plenty of material.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. We'll see how we pepper this through. But you could see this on Brian's Twitch channel. Playable. Laugh at Brian.
Right.
You could see it. You could watch this on his Twitch channel, and you could see it on our YouTube and a couple.
It's on the Playable Characters YouTube as well, and Twitter right now on Periscope. All 3 things. Look at that.
Wow, Periscope, you are good.
Right. So there's a thing to log in. So I assume
it's great. So last time that we did this, we thought it was such a cool idea because we were playing MK11 a lot, and Brian was like, "How? Oh, that hurt!" Like we would see the fatalities, like, "Oh, that hurts." And then we went through, and Brian had this great idea to see like. The ouchie factor to these characters' moves and fatalities. And last episodes was such a success. We had like 40 million views,
at least
3 billion downloads. And, Brian was like, should we finish it up? And it took a lot. He had to convince me for a very long time. And then I was like, you know what? I guess we'll finish it. And Brian's like, we have to give the people what they want. So we did Johnny Cage. Lethality of 4. We did lethality 1 through 5 on the lethality list.
Yep.
We gave him a 2 just because he's corny with his dumb cannonball moves. Or I gave him a 2. Johnny Cage a 4. Raiden had a 5 from me and you, I think.
Yeah, because he's a god.
Yep. And then Liu Kang we gave it 2 because we ended last week's not last week. We ended last episode where Liu Kang just doesn't kill you. He just does a cartwheel, uppercuts you, and you fall, and you're like, ah.
Your mercy thing is interesting. That could be why. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out together why Liu Kang didn't kill you, and I said it might be because he's based on Bruce Lee. That they were like, he doesn't kill him,
Yeah.
But in the pit, he will do the move and uppercut you and fall, which, like Brian said, which is a very interesting double fatality. Technically,
Are they going to add that? They should add that one day.
Well, I think
What if? Ready? Like the MK versus Capcom thing where you can tag a partner in. If they could tag you in and do 2 guys, like I'm playing as Sonya, all of a sudden, fucking Scorpion comes in, and you do like a tag move. That because the Turtles DLC in Injustice 2, which was phenomenal, by the way, you do all 4 special move with them. And if they could figure out some way to do that with like a tag team, that would be insane.
Pretty cool. I
It'd
know
be the
there
most
was a
brutal shit
way.
in the world, but it'd be pretty cool.
I just want to know. I just want to. I think that they had one of these Mortal Kombats that you like made fatalities.
Yes,
You would. I forgot which one it was.
it was for MK2, maybe Deadly Alliance.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. It was like you would basically like you would do moves would kill them.
Yeah,
You like this move to cut their head off, then you do this to like
yeah. It wasn't as fun as you thought.
No,
because I did. It was a great idea. It was Deadly Alliance, or what was the other one for MK2 that I played a lot?
It wasn't MK2. The Deadly Alliance was
no. Sorry, PS2.
Yeah. I think it. Yeah, I forgot. But tagging someone in would be pretty cool. They do have like tag. I think MK9 or 10 had like tag assist that you could pick 2 characters and switch between.
Oh, really?
But not for a fatality.
Oh, interesting.
Which would be cool. I mean, I love the fatalities in like all of these. Yeah. I feel like Mortal Kombat was so iconic with like uppercutting someone's head off, ripping someone's heart out, electrocuting them until their head explodes.
Right.
But like we said last week, it's a lot of like MK1 was a lot of heads being blown up or removed or burning alive was a lot of it.
Yeah.
Except for Liu Kang, who just wanted to waste everyone's time.
Who just laid you down on a pillow and read you a bedtime story.
Yeah. Liu Kang at the end of the fight was like, Are you okay?
Compared to Kano, he's basically reading you a bedtime story.
Yeah. Kano's like, you better finish me off out there. You'll pay women to finish me off. You better finish me off, mate. Make sure there's no kids around. All kids see this. When I was a child.
He's very respectful. He's very respectful, just in case.
He's always respectful. Like Kano, like really respects kids. I got some little ones myself. No, I got a daughter raising them. I don't want to. I'm talking to Sonya Blair. It's very disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
He's got like a niece that he really likes. You know,
my favorite niece, Hammy. Camo. That's my favorite niece. Camo.
Oh boy.
Let's put a kangaroo phone back home. Where is he go visit him? Gotta hide me pornos when she comes home. So we did, like I said, we did Johnny Cage, Kano, Raiden,
and Scorpion.
Yeah, which was, like I said, the worst one. So now we saved the best 2 for last.
I think so. Interesting. Let's see.
Yeah. Which we could also, like, as we end, we can also touch on Goro. Like, we have some fun talking about those crazy characters. So Scorpion, the demon.
Yes.
Great
character, very popular. One of the most popular MK characters. This spear, more iconic than a Hadouken. What do you think? Yep. It's close, right?
I think his get over here is the epitome of famous sayings, just like Ish Babale, whatever Raiden yells.
Yeah.
Get over here has been so iconic all over the world. But yeah, I feel like the analogous between Ryu, whatever you want to say,
right?
The Hadouken, I think, is probably more famous than the spear, but the spear is really up there.
Number 1 and 1A, that's fine. The get over here, the come here, whatever you want them to say in the SNES version, whatever. On a scale of 1 to 10, as far as the ouchie factor, I gave it looking at it again, I gave it a 7. I think I might give it an 8 now. I think I might up it to an 8, just because, my God, like, he throws it right in your neck or shoulder or like a high chest area every time.
It looks like it hits you in the throat.
The sound it makes, that food. Ow. Oh, that hurts.
I gave it a 12.
Did you? It's a great, and then it's in you so good that he yanks you 10 feet towards you. That's also, you gotta include that. You gotta think about it, because that hurts even more. It's probably ripping your insides out, but it's not coming out. It's stuck inside you like a fish hook,
Yeah.
So
when you saw the spear, if you froze it, it was just a triangle, like just the head of a spear. But you're right, he threw it so hard. That's why I give it a 12. I'll tell you why. He throws it so hard, it heads in your body.
Yeah. Blood everywhere.
Heads so good that it could pull you across the room.
Yeah.
Then you have this ninja. Number one, you don't see it coming. You just see the spear fly at you. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Then you get hit, and then he yells. Then here's the worst part of this move. He is so disrespectful. He doesn't even go, "Could you please come over here?" He goes, "Get over here,
You bitch.
you bitch." That's what he says.
Yeah.
He goes, "Get over here," and you're pulled towards him, which is the worst thing and it was such a great distance move, like because like a fighting game person that I like. It was such a great distance move because like wherever they were, you throw the spear and it would, you'd be like, whoa! And then one of the most famous 1-2s was spear, pull, uppercut.
99% of the time, unless you were fighting an idiot, they would do an uppercut because you couldn't do combos back then.
You couldn't do combos. Some people would do spear to back kick, so you do the roundhouse back kick.
I like that.
Spear trip. But the spear that's why everyone picked Scorpion. It was such an easy. It was like back, low punch, very easy move.
But I'm making it a 9 now just because it's always comboed with an uppercut, so I'm making it a 9. So not only are you bleeding, your jugular might be open, whatever, and then boom, Jesus Christ, man, give me a second to regroup.
Yep.
He's punching you up in the air.
And also, as you get hit, and for a split second, you go, "Is this like the nut punch guy's my head gonna go flying off?"
Right. And then you hear a Toasty, possibly some other some creep in the corner, just yelling Toasty. I'm in a lot of pain. Stop yelling.
I think Toasty was the glimpse into MK2 being Mortal Kombat being like, we're gonna get real stupid.
Yes.
So yeah, I give it. If we want to stick to action, I give it a 10. But I give it a 12 for goof factor.
You can give it a 12, man. It's worth it. Great move.
It was it was
another great move he has. Not the most deadly, but a great move is a little peekaboo, little teleport.
Yep, and it wasn't even like it wasn't even like a lot of lethal. Like there wasn't much lethal because like you're just getting hit with a punch.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I gave it a 4. Close.
Because you're just getting punched. Like there is some momentum behind it because like he's flying from like one corner of the room to the next, and he's like, woof. But again, like I feel like this is the damage comes from a shock factor of like
so much. Like you just over there, now you're over here. What?
It disappears, and it was like Raiden. You're like, oh, the fight's over. And it's like
if Raiden did a punch or a kick after, he'd be a lot better. This actually, it's a great punch, works a lot of the time.
Yep. And then I remember in playing like MK2, another famous 1-2 for MK2 was deep kick, which meant you jumped. You know what a deep kick was?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you jump. For anyone who doesn't know, it basically like the hitbox to a character. You could do it like you could hit him in the head, or if you time it right, you kind of do a deep kick down here, and it would launch the character back. And one of the famous 1-2s for MK2 was a deep kick to a teleport punch.
Yep.
You go kick, punch, and then I don't think you'd be able to throw the spear and catch him, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But again, besides this guy throwing a spear out of from wherever, which is creepy.
Yeah.
Yelling at you to get over here. Now this man is Scorpion is the typical alpha male. He orders you around and then he disappears when he wants. He's the typical alpha male.
And I think people liked him too, not only because his moves were great. He had the easiest fatality.
Easiest block. Up, right?
Up, right? Or just keep pushing up a million times. You'll eventually
basically you hold block, you hit like MK2 had MK1 had a lot of weird, like, for Liu Kang, you had to hold block and spin the joystick. So yeah, Scorpion had one of the most iconic fatalities, one of the most easiest fatalities, and one of the coolest out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because you don't expect this ninja.
You didn't know.
Like I get like, okay, number 1, I gave it a 9, I'm giving it a 10, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I give it a 9 as well.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're dizzy from the fight, you're tired.
Yep.
You hear Shang Tsung, you hear Shao Kahn or whoever, because I think it wasn't Shao Kahn then, but whoever says finish him, the announcer who was, had the best gig in Combat Land, because he's like, all I have to do is yell, finish him. That's it. Fight. And then go like this.
Flawless victory.
That's all I have to do. So he basically so you're dizzy and you look over at your opponent, and this creature pulls his mask off. So now you have the scare factor of like, what the hell is that? Because it's a skull.
Yep.
And you're like, why is this a skull with, and as we know in future combat games, probably fire burning eyes.
Yeah.
So at first you're like, Ghost Rider?
Mhm.
And then you realize you'll get sued, so you don't say Ghost Rider. But basically, like, pulls it, and you're like, you see a burning skull, and you're like, is that a mask? And then all of a sudden it's like, ah, and then fire. You watch the stream of fire come down, which is also why I give it a 10, because you're frightened at a skull. You're like, what is this? And then you watch the beam of fire come down, and you're like, I'm gonna get burned. Then burning alive in MK1, you burn pretty quick. You go up kind of like a tinderbox.
Yes.
The fire you could see, and Brian pulled it up, which, like I said, you really should watch this on Twitch because it's fun to see what we do.
Comments too,
and then all the comments you can see. So, but if you want to be a lazy piece of garbage, then you're listening to the audio. But you're a piece of garbage and you're lazy. So you can see the fireball shoot down, and there's a ball of fire, and then you burst into flames, immediately go like a tinderbox.
Yeah, and you just kneel. This one, your skeleton just kind of like kneels when you're done. Like,
you were correct. You would burn, and then you would do this like folding, sitting on your. Like the skeleton would collapse, sitting on its butt,
like a yoga pose in a way.
It does downward dog.
Yeah,
and it burns.
Yeah, good one. Great one.
It's such a great one, and again. It's such a great one, and they had so much fun as the series went on. Which is, I'm very, like I said, I love that we're doing this because I'm so excited for Mortal Kombat from 3 to maybe like 9 gets. I mean, we're gonna have some stinkers. Like it gets horrendous, and then and I like that we're doing moves, but we'll see how long. We might just stick to fatalities as they go because I feel like the game Ultimate MK3, there's so many characters. It would take 7 episodes. Yeah. So this one might just do the moves because I feel like the moves kind of travel through it. And maybe MK2 we could do moves because a lot of those
maybe on new characters or new moves,
Sure, yeah. I think that that makes sense. And then but they're stinkers. And then from 9, 10, and 11, they're good.
Yeah.
But Scorpion had a lot of neat stuff in that, but he was, and again, porting this to Super Nintendo and Genesis, easy. They're like, well, we're allowed to show burning skeletons, so boop. And then Genesis burning alive, Super Nintendo burning alive.
They were like, great. They loved it.
You know how happy someone was? Like, oh, good, it's one less guy to do.
He's at with only 2 moves, he's at a 38, but he's at the highest so far in lethality.
To me, he's like a 6.
Yeah.
Which I know we go 1 to 5, but I like breaking the mold.
Let's go
breaking the ice mold.
Speaking of that, let's go the opposite temperature. Let's go to sub-0, which is below 0. It's actually below.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Below 0.
No, I only do Celsius, so I'm not.
This is below 0.
Sure.
Sub-0.
Fire and ice. What a very these are. So again, the Ken and Ryu.
Yes.
Of Mortal Kombat. Like if you think of Mortal Kombat and you say ninja, you immediately think of Hermex, and then you might big weird ones. But it's like. Yeah, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, they have their rivalry together, where Sub-Zero killed his family. It's a great backstory. Yellow and blue. I'm surprised. You know what I'm surprised of, and I do wonder this. What was the choice for Scorpion to be yellow and not red?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it looked better on the screen. Maybe they already
Ermac is red. Ermac in the 3.
Well, they used every color so far.
But,
that's all they had left. Yellow fire. It's wasn't
yellow fire. I just thought of it now. I'm like, it's interesting. Sub-Zero's blue, which makes sense, but Scorpion is yellow and not maybe yellow like the sand.
No, I think it's just yellow and fire and hell. Could it be orange, red, or yellow? I think yellow's fine.
Yeah, I stick with sand. I think Scorpion, sand, yellow, and I agree with you that then when they put it on, they were probably like, oh, also he pops, and they probably were like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
So we get
Sub-Zero, the ice ball, which is it's a big ball of ice.
Well, it also looks like if you look on Brian's Twitch, laugh at Brian, in the YouTubes, you can also see it almost looks like the ice is coming out of a portal flying out.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
And the ice ball is gigantic. Great move.
Yeah, doesn't hurt. Doesn't
really hurt.
That's what we're here for. Does it hurt?
The only thing is, I had a 10 because I still was in the mode of.
It's gonna make
in the mode of what a great move to fight with.
It just makes you chilly. I gave it a 3 because it's gonna mean, you freeze, so it's gonna hurt. Like you're gonna get numb. You're gonna get a headache.
Ooh,
You know,
I give it a 3.
Flawless victory.
We got a flawless victory because we agree.
There we go. And then that again, it's also always almost followed up by an uppercut.
Yeah, you would either freeze and slide towards them or freeze and uppercut. But a lot of times, like Brian says, it's true. You would do a back house round kick, or you would freeze, jump towards uppercut. Dude, the more we talk about this game, the more I'm so depressed that there isn't. I think for MK9. Did you have MK9 for like Xbox, PlayStation? Did you have the one that they released, the one where it was MK1, 2, and 3 came with it?
Maybe,
bro.
They weren't remastered.
No.
No.
I remember having MK9 because I have I have the giant fight stick for MK9, which to this day I have it. It's one of my favorite things, but it can't work for next gen unless I think I send it to some dude to rewire it, which is fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember MK9 came with MK1, 2, and Ultimate 3. So I would go and like play it a little, and like I just remember playing MK1 and like number one, MK1, just because we didn't say this before, not a good game. Like it's not a good fighting game, but it works.
Going back now, yeah. You'd be like,
oh my god, it does
stiff,
not work.
so stiff.
MK2 is still stiff. 3 is a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, oh, I wish I could play it right now. Which we could with like a retro pie, but
yeah, I can play right now.
But I'm like, God, I want to it makes me miss it so much. But yes, you would do ice freeze, you would jump towards them, and then uppercut. Was like the
or you would do this fun move, the slide.
Which
would catch people off guard. It's a slight nuisance. He gets a 2 on this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think
slide gets a 2.
Yeah, I'm with that. Oh, here we go.
Flawless victory.
We matched up. Yeah, because I changed my mind was like a 5 because I think I was still in the mindset of like
it's good. It's no one does something like this in the game. So
no, and it's interesting that both ninjas have a mobility move.
Yeah.
Like Scorpion teleports and hits you, and you're like, the hell is that? Sub-Zero slid, which was a low hit.
Yep.
So you always fell for it unless you blocked low, which was very hard.
Yes. No.
Yeah, lethality, no. I think it's just you see a guy flying towards you. He's gonna have the most. I think he'll have the lowest lethality.
Well, he kind of makes up for it.
He does make up for it in one of the most famous, and brutal fatalities ever.
This got my first 10.
Yeah,
this one.
It's got
flawless victory.
We agree on Sub-Zero.
We agree on 10. Like this was the most brutal.
You know what?
Fatality.
Johnny Cage, punch it right off. It goes flying. This one, there's a little bit of a struggle when he rips it off. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of a crack rip, and that's like, oh man, it looks like it hurts so bad. I mean, look at this. Hey, it hurts. Look at it. Look at that. Look at it right there. Ooh.
Yeah, and then Cage looks like, oh no.
Oh, that hurts so
You know what makes it even more frightening? Is you number one, we don't know. If you look at the stills, which we don't have, but I think even if you watch it in slow motion, we don't know how he grabs the head. It looks like he grabs it by the side of the face or the ear and then rips it off. But then he's holding it most likely from the hair.
Like a puppet.
And there's no way you could rip someone's head off through their hair because the hair would rip.
I always thought he pulled it up, he ripped it up by the neck, and then just slightly, kind of like the little shuffle and grab the back.
Yeah, I think it's pulled through the neck. So the reason this is also to us one of the most brutal is your brain is the one that tells you things hurt. So as your head's being slowly, strugglingly ripped off, then your spine, you're also feeling your spine disengage from its pelvis, ribs, all the way, and then ripping through the body. And then you're still alive for a couple seconds while you're staring at the crowd, most likely feeling, I don't know, what do you think it feels like to have your spine swing in the wind?
Just cold.
Just cold. Just like you're like, man, couldn't you like do something less nasty? But he had the most, I know for a fact, this was the most like, no. Like if you showed someone Mortal, this was the one that like Tipper Gore was like, and also We
Yes.
would like to show you what you can do in this video game. Like,
Yeah.
you know, she wasn't like Johnny Cage or Scorpion. She was like, a man's head is ripped through its body with the spinal cord intact. Like,
I only let my children use Liu Kang, you know, because
the defense was like, but we also have fatalities that are boring.
yeah,
How good if she used Liu Kang?
it's a great one.
That was her defense, and they're like, so what? Yeah, dude, it is the most iconic. One of my favorite things Mortal Kombat ever did was, I think in MK, was it 9 or 10 that you could bring the ninja suits back?
Maybe 9, I'm guessing.
So one of those games, and I apologize for not knowing, but you could use, like, you could choose outfits. And basically, if you chose the original Sub-Zero Scorpion outfit, you could do their original fatality from MK1. I thought it was the coolest thing to see.
10 had that too.
Oh, then it was 10 and not 9.
Okay.
Then it was 10 and not 9. But like, it was just the coolest. Like,
it was.
It gave, number one, it gave, everyone had 2 fatalities each, and then the ninjas had 3.
Yeah.
And you had, it just was cool to see it, and like to see it done well in better graphics was great.
Boone put up a thing the other day, like which you guys, what if we were to remaster one of these, which one would it be?
What do you think?
He put up like 4 Mortal Kombat, like random ones, and then people voted for like Shaolin monks or something like that. It's like no, you need to remaster 1, 2, and 3. Please, I want to play those in HD and 60, whatever. I don't care.
If you're gonna remaster, I would say that 2 or 3.
Do 1, 2, do it. Put it in a pack. 1, 2, and 3. They need to. It would be so good. It would sell. It would sell 1 billion copies.
Yeah, I mean, I think 3 would be fun because like there was so much to do. Like,
I want an old school pack. Like these have like 3 games in 1, 1, 2, 3. That's what I want for.
I'd be fine if they remastered like 2 or 3 or even 3, and then gave us 1 and 2 that weren't remastered. I'd be like, all right. I say remaster 3 because there's more to do. Animalities. There's
all 3 in 1 game, and the main menu, you get to choose what you want.
I'll tell you what, I'd pay $40
easily. I have a hard out at 11:45. I just realized. So let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
By the way, with only 2 crappy moves, he still has a 21 lethality because of that crazy.
And then we have the Super Nintendo.
Oh, right, those are pretty bad. Correct.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo moves are pretty bad. Like for Super Nintendo, he freezes. Super Nintendo's not that bad. I'm okay with it.
I give it a 4.
You, and then he does a
very slow back fist.
A very slow back fist, and then you shatter, and your legs are there.
I give it a 4 because you're frozen solid. You don't even know.
Yeah, I give it a 5 because I feel like you're frozen solid, and then like you feel your body shatter apart. Possibly. So I give it a 5, and then for Genesis, I gave it a 0. He just uppercuts you.
It's an uppercut. I give it a 2 just because it's gonna hurt, but it's not. It's like
he just uppercuts you. So for lethality, I feel like Sub-Zero to me is I give him a 3.
Yeah,
and that's only because his fatality is so good.
Yeah,
that's why he's not going higher than 3 because all he's doing is freezing you. Like you could beat Sub-Zero with a jacket. You put a jacket on, you're like, you know what? I'm fine.
I got a Zippo lighter in my pocket. Hold on. Yeah, he's done.
Zippo lighter. I got it. You can beat Sub-Zero with hand warmers, those chemical hand warmers.
Right? Yeah.
You put him in your pockets, he freezes you, it just thaws out, and he's like, oh, so nervous.
Next one.
The final one we saved first for last before we maybe touch on like Shang Tsung and Goro.
Well, she's not terrible. She has a bunch of moves. She's got an energy ring, her first one.
She's the first and only woman in Mortal Kombat. Yeah. So, for Sign of the Times, it shows how like an improv team, it's 6 guys and 2 women, or 7 guys
dudes. Yeah.
Yep. That's all it is. So just like Mortal Kombat 1 is a big improv team where it's like 6 guys and 1 woman. So she has the energy rings. I give him a 2. I feel like it's just physical damage, and it just rings are fun.
I give it a 4 because it's coming at you again, magical type of stuff. I feel like it burns you. And it probably makes you feel really nauseous. That's just I always thought it was make you feel nauseous because it's like this weird energy type thing that like kind of distorts your body. I don't know.
Makes you nauseous.
Yeah, it just makes you. I feel like it makes you nauseous.
You could beat her with a Dramamine. Pop a Dramamine. You're like, oh. They just didn't look lethal. Like they're up there. I put them up there with Johnny Cage's Green Bolt was 2 lethality, and the energy rings. Like I put it up there with.
This is a big bunch of rings coming at you. I feel like it's a little different, but I hear you.
Yeah.
The leg grab.
Yep,
Love
leg grab.
God, I love this move so. I wish it hurt more, but it's a great move. I give this one a 5 because again, it's unexpected. It's got the shock set sort of because you don't expect it just to do that so fast.
I give it a 5 too.
Nice.
Flawless victory.
That's right. So I like that she number one, you don't see it coming. You think she's doing gymnastics. You're like, how cute. And then she grabs you and you're like, what is this? And then she slams you on your head.
Yeah, it probably feels great for a second.
Oh, for a second, you're like, look at these nice thighs. She
like,
does
she like me?
Does she work out? Like she's throwing rings at you, like she's trying to propose. She grabs you with her legs, very sexual.
And look how confused Sub-Zero looks right here.
He's like, what is she doing? I thought you liked me. That's what happened. He's like, I thought Also, when it really ruins it when you freeze it on. So if you, like I said, if you look at on the YouTube for Unlimited Lives playable characters and also Brian's Twitch, you really see through the magic because Sonya is basically her sprite is in front of Sub-Zero. And she grabs him and throws him. So it's like, oh man, they couldn't
figure that out
because it was done with like sprites and it was 2D stuff. The only way to do it is they would have to animate her let's see, her
left
leg would have to disappear behind Sub-Zero. Instead, both legs are in front of him,
right? Almost
grabbing the side of his shirt to throw him back.
Just like kicks him over.
Yeah.
Great, good move though.
Good move. It was a good move. And then she also, I forgot about the wave.
I know. No one ever did. I used her. It was Raiden, and then she was my second. Because I love Chun-Li so much, so I always like to try to use a woman fighter, but she wasn't as good as Chun-Li, obviously. But she wasn't bad. But this wave punch, if somebody jumps, man, it was fast, and if you could do it fast enough, you'd get them every time. I give it a 4, by the way.
I gave it a 3. They call it a square wave punch. She would basically fly up in the air, up, left, and down. So it was a square wave. And Brian's right. It was an anti-air move. So like if someone would jump towards you, you would do it. And if you hit, it was pretty good. But I give it a 3. I feel like, there's momentum. Like I was saying in the first episode, like if you're hit by an airplane or hit by a car, an airplane probably hurts more because you're flying in the air. So I give it a 3.
Also leaves you very vulnerable when you miss, which you will miss with this a lot.
You'll miss tons. Also, I realized that Katana has the same move.
Kind of, yeah.
Katana she goes up and she like if you jump in the air, you could fly across, but it's the same thing.
Yep.
Very interesting.
So there you go.
And then we get to another thing that Sonya like kind of tricks you, the kiss of death. So you're Disney, you see her blow you a kiss, and you're like, wow, you know what? She grabbed me with her legs. She sent me a ring, and now she's trying to kiss me.
Give me kisses. What is this?
What is this? Kisses.
Yellow orb floating towards me.
A little orange orb would come out, and then it would hit you and burn you up like a tinderbox.
Yeah.
And then the same skeleton move, it would then sit on its
haunches. Yeah.
Yeah. Sit on its haunches. I give this one a 7.
I gave it a 7 as well.
Flawless victory.
I give it a 7 just because I feel like you're dizzy from battle. She's grabbing you with her legs. You do think, and I feel like you think she likes you, and she blows you a kiss. You're like, you know what? That's pretty sweet. And you burn. The reason that it's a 7 to me is like there's not a lot of lethality because you burn immediately. But I feel like the thing that really hurts is the betrayal that you think she likes you.
Yeah, you kind of explode with this one like instantly.
You do.
Which is why I think it hurts a lot. Like
you burst into flames.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I wouldn't want to make love to Sonya if you know what I'm saying.
Really? I thought
she'd probably burn you.
Oh, okay. I thought you would love to.
Imagine she gives you a little birthday
kiss.
Your pants, like your penis explodes. You'd be like, like it'd be awful.
Again.
Anything she eats, she tries to eat a burger, it burns. She's like, God damn it.
She's kissing babies like hello, they just explode. Like, damn this curse.
Oh, I haven't seen my nephew in so long. Do not, Sonya, please do not kiss your nephew. You will kill him.
She's like Rogue from the X-Men, kind of.
Yeah. No one can kiss her poor lips. Where did she get that thing? So basically, again, kiss of death all across the board for Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Same thing. And she gets 34 overall. So she's actually in 3rd place for lethality as far as her moves. Just because she has 3. But
I give her.
For me,
I give her a 5 because looks could kill.
Hey, she gets a 4 for me as far as like average.
She gets a 5. So it's like, and again, like I said, with those Genesis and Super Nintendo games, it seemed like they were burning people was okay.
Yep. Yes, that's fine. Just no blood.
Which is great. And then we have the pit. We touched on it a little bit with Liu Kang, but to really bite into it, like the pit was such a number one.
That's the thing that people just found out by accident, probably.
People found out by accident, yeah, because maybe they didn't know. Like, you remember these games came out in 1992, so there was no internet.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how. Like, I would love. There's no way we'd know. I would love to know, because we hit all the characters up. How like did people know there was fatalities when they sent the arcade cabinet to the arcades? Did they give Was there a book that was like, hey, by the way,
I don't know. How'd they figure it out?
Look, by the way, this game has fatalities in it. You can like kill the guys. Here's how.
I think people just sort of like figured it out. I don't know.
I guess, but when you play, when it goes finish him, yeah, I guess maybe, but it's like, but with the game, it's like there's Johnny Cage has to be all the way up close. Scorpion, you have to be midway. Sonya midway. Kano up close. It's like you still have to figure out like
the stuff spread fast.
You would just hold block, and just with Scorpion, someone just in every and you're spending quarters, Brian.
Yeah.
So I would love to know: did they get a book that arcade owners would get that had the moves that they were like, oh, cool? No, the internet was very bad.
Yeah.
And just, I remember
CompuServe.
Yeah, you would find it like word of mouth, or and like Nintendo Power wouldn't have it. Game Pro might have it down the road.
Yeah, in that Midway documentary, Insert Coin, like they might have explained. I have to watch it again. It's really good.
I'd love to watch it. But
it's really good.
You're right. The pit was a very you were on the bridge. You did an uppercut because you know how to finish him. They fell, and you were like, what?
When I was known as a person who knew all the fatalities back in my town, and when MK2 came out, I remember someone was fighting and Liu Kang, they won, and they turned around, they were just like, come on, quick. And I just went down, back, forward, high, whatever it was for the dragon. I did it and just like walked away like I was the fucking man. And they were just like, ah! And how cool I felt.
So yeah, the stage, so the pit, I feel like lethality of the pit is a pretty, like, I give it like I'm going to change this to an 8. I give it an 8 for the lethality of the pit.
No, I give it a 10, man. You're falling 150, 200 feet.
Interesting.
You fall right on some spikes. Like you're scared shitless while you're falling, because most of them happens within a second or two. Yeah. This is 3 or 4 minutes of just falling down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but I feel it's also like as you fall, it's like skydiving. You're probably going shock right before you hit the spikes.
I don't know, man. You might not know the spikes there because you're falling face up. You might not even know.
That is true.
All of a sudden, right through your mouth.
You know what? Let's do this. I give it a 10.
Flawless victory.
You're right. I think you're completely right, because I feel like there's a lot of factors in. So those are that, and then of course you have Goro, I think in the game you couldn't play as Goro, which sucked. I wish you could. When you fought, I think it still said finish him though.
Yeah, he just punched you.
And he would just punch you. Yep. So then the whole time you'd be playing it, you'd always play, be like, he's got to have a fatality. Why would they not program no finishing move?
Yeah.
Because they did it, for example, MK11, when the Terminator, he has a moveset where he basically burns his skin off and he becomes the exoskeleton.
Oh, nice. In
MK11. And when you beat that Terminator, which is just endoskeleton, you cannot finish him.
Really?
You win, and then it just has your ending win. You can't finish him as the skeleton.
Interesting.
So that's why I'm like, they just didn't do it. And I think Shang Tsung as well had finished. Maybe Shang Tsung, you didn't say finish him.
You just died. Yeah.
You just died. And then Shang Tsung was again, like, there was always those weird secrets of like, you could play as Shang Tsung, you could play as, and you couldn't. And also you could fight Reptile in the pit. He was the only secret character, I think, right?
No, Ermac was in the first one too. I thought it was like a weird thing.
Oh, maybe. I know Reptile was there. You could fight him in the bottom of the pit.
Yeah.
And he basically hit Scorpion's movesets.
Yeah. I think Ermac was also a weird glitch or
MK3 Ermac they just reskinned Scorpion. So yeah. But that was good, dude. Wow. We finished
the
combat episode.
Fun. This will be out who knows when.
If you're listening to it, then you know. If you're watching it, good luck. Who knows when? Maybe the first episode, I think. Well, let's wrap it up. So you can follow me at TJ Del Reno. You can follow at Unlimited SXM. Brian.
At Laugh at Brian and at Playable Podcast.
So fun. What I cannot wait to do MK2.
We're gonna keep going.
I love this. Is so I feel reinvigorated. It's
I'm
so
glad you
fun.
were miserable.
Thanks, guys, and we'll see you again. Finish him.
Yeah, thanks for watching live, everybody.
And thanks for watching live, everyone. See ya. Thanks for watching live, everyone. I'll probably have the first episode I'll probably have out this Tuesday coming up. Audio only, and then we'll
try to make a best hits video sometime in the next year.
Yeah, we should definitely I should watch it and we should give each other time codes. And then this is for the people watching. Yeah, this episode will be out Unlimited Lives on iTunes. This will be out Tuesday. I'm going to put this one out now because I like to. And then I think I might do a news episode and then space it out, or I might do these back to back. I got to figure it out.
Probably back to back because you love it so much.
I do love it so much. Maybe I'll do back to back. It'll be part 1, part 2. Yeah, we'll do it. I'll probably edit it back there. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Brian, great job.
Hey, you too, man.
And done recording. I'm going to pop this on my computer and I got to bounce. See you, everybody.
You too. Bye. And broadcast.